Top 5 Most Shocking Days in American History. 2,977 people dead in a single morning. That's how many lives were lost on September 11th, 2001, the deadliest terror attack in world history. It changed America forever. Borders tightened, wars began. Fear settled into the American psyche like a shadow. But what if I told you that wasn't the only day that shattered the nation? Today we explore the top 5 most shocking days in American history. Moments so powerful, so devastating that they reshaped the country's identity. These aren't just dates in textbooks. They are emotional earthquakes whose aftershocks are still felt today. So sit tight, because some of these stories you may have never heard in full. Number September 11th, 2001, the day the towers fell. The morning was crisp and clear. New York City bustled like any other day. People got their coffee, kissed their kids. Boarded trains, started meetings. And then at 8:00 a.m., a Boeing 767 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. 17 minutes later, another plane slammed into the South Tower. It wasn't an accident, it was an act of war. 4 hijacked planes, 3 successful strikes. 2 towers collapsed, 1 nation traumatized. On one. Calls from office workers trapped above the flames still echo in history, firefighters running into hell. People jumping from the 90th floor, strangers hugging, sobbing, collapsing in shock. America had never been attacked like this on its own soil. In just a few hours, the illusion of safety was shattered and the world changed forever. The U.S. invaded Afghanistan. The Patriot Act was passed. TSA became a part of daily life. Muslim Americans became targets of hate, and trust in the world evaporated. This day didn't just scar a generation. It defined one. Number 2. December 7, 1941. Pearl Harbor before 9/11. It was this day that Americans called a date which will live in infamy. At 7:00 a.m. on a calm Sunday morning, the Japanese Imperial Navy launched a surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. More than 2,400 Americans were killed in under 2 hours. Battleships exploded, aircraft were incinerated on runways. Sailors were trapped below decks as the water rushed in. It was chaos, terror, and disbelief. This moment dragged the U.S. into World War II, a war it had tried to avoid. But within 24 hours, America declared war on Japan. 4 days later, Germany and Italy declared war on the United States. Pearl Harbor woke a sleeping giant. The war would cost over 400,000 American lives, and the world would never be the same again. Number 3, November 22, 1963, the assassination of JFK. It was a bright afternoon in Dallas, Texas. President John F. Kennedy rode in a motorcade, waving to cheering crowds. Then 3 shots, 1 bullet pierced his neck. Another tore through his head. The president was pronounced dead just 30 minutes later. The footage of Jacqueline Kennedy crawling across the limousine, covered in blood, stunned the world. America's young, vibrant president gone in a moment on live television. Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested, then murdered himself just 2 days later on live TV. The assassination remains one of the darkest mysteries in American history. Was it a lone gunman, the CIA, the Mafia? Number 5. March 12, 2020. The day America shut down. It began with whispers news of a virus from China. A few isolated cases, and then everything changed. On March 12, 2020, the United States declared a national emergency due to COVID-19. The NBA shut down, Broadway closed. Flights were grounded, schools emptied, and then we were all inside together. But apart for the first time in modern history, the entire country stopped. Grocery shelves went bare, hospitals overflowed, elderly died alone. Children attended school from their bedrooms. Millions lost jobs, and over the months, over 1 million Americans would lose their lives. COVID didn't just affect our bodies. It broke our spirits, isolated our communities, and exposed every crack in the system. And while the world has tried to move on, many never recovered. These were the 5 most shocking days in American history. Days where time stood still, where families were shattered, where the future changed course. They weren't just events, they were turning points. What do you think was the most shocking day in American history? Did we miss one that left a mark on your life? Let us know in the comments below. We read everyone. And if you're fascinated by pivotal moments that shaped this country, don't forget to subscribe, and ring the bell for more emotionally driven stories from history. Until next time, stay curious, stay human.